more about yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is Sean Polio, and I am the author of the brand new book, What's Your Kick? The Guide to Unlocking Your Passion. I'm from Franklin, Louisiana, born and raised, and I have a bachelor's in psychology, and I have a master's in psychology as well. So I spent about 3 years in the field of child psychology, but also I have 13 years of personal training in my background. So I'm a National Academy of Sports Medicine certified trainer. So combined with the experience of training clients for 12, 13 years with dealing with young adolescents with behavior issues, ADHD, you name it, that gave me some of the concepts to going about trying to define what a person's passion is.
What was your inspiration, your personal inspiration for writing What's Your Kick?
Well, my personal inspiration for the book, I have a chapter in the book when I speak on the inception of this book. It first started because I realized in my personal journey that a lot of things we're taught in school, in religion, from our parents, we're not necessarily getting all of the jewels and nuggets that we need to be ultra successful in life. We get just enough to be amongst the average. But most of us want to be above average, I would say. So the inception of this book came from, I wanted to document and put in a written form things that I've used to be exceptionally well when it comes to physical fitness, when it comes to being in school, when it comes to my personal endeavors. I wanted to create 11 principles that can be used by any person in their own field, their own craft. These things are tried and true, universal. You can use it. That's why the book came from.
In What's Your Kick, what 3 chapters encapsulate what you just spoke about the most? What 3 chapters just capture your essence, the essence of your inspiration, the physical fitness, things of that nature? Okay,
I'm glad you asked that question. I would say the chapter, first and foremost, is finding your one kick. So this is a hip-hop site. We use metaphors a lot in hip-hop. What's your kick? The kick in this title is a metaphor for what's your gift from God? What's your calling? What's your talent? What do you feel exceptional at? And for a lot of people, I find they don't know what that is. But we're far from that. This book is about going back to mastering one thing at a high level. You can be good at a lot of things. You probably can't be great at a lot of things. This book is about going back to greatness. So the first chapter is finding your kick. I'm trying to get the reader to think to themselves, ask different questions like, from a child to now, what have I heard people say, man, you're pretty good at that? From a child to now, what have I always sat in class and daydreamed about when I should have watched the class, the teacher, right? What about at night laying in bed always thinking about, but never had the courage to really put money into it or invest in it? What did I get sidetracked from by having a child or getting a relationship, whatever? What derailed me from that original passion? The first chapter, finding your one kick, is getting the reader to identify, this is what it was. This is what my thing was, right? The next part of that question, my next chapter would be the power of mentorship. Find yourself a mentor. So my mentor, if I can see his name on camera, Tony Bell, right? This guy for the past 8 years of my life just spent so many hours pouring into me. He made himself totally available to me night, day, weekend, you name it. He was always there to ask my most wild and crazy questions and not give me answers, but just point the light on the path. As the mentee, I always had to walk the path myself. So in that chapter, I want the reader to think about, if they don't have a mentor in their life right now, how do you go about finding a mentor based on your craft? If I want to be a plumber, I shouldn't find an astrophysics guy to be my mentor, right? It's common sense. So once you find your kick in chapter 1, by the time you get to chapter 5, it should be easy to find a mentor in that particular lane, right? Also, your mentor doesn't have to be in the same city as you. We have all this technology now. We got webcams, FaceTime, we got Skype. Beyond that, we text, we talk on the phone. And then your mentor could also be somebody that's no longer here. A lot of my mentors, I'm a big Malcolm X fan, my favorite of all time. Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, I can go on and on. Dr. John Henry Clark, Chancellor Williams, Amos Wilson. I can keep on naming. They're long gone, but guess what? You got YouTube, you got Google. I can go and find all the lectures and speeches they did that I want. I can find all their written work I want. And they mentor me for the grave. So I don't want the reader to just think, well, you know, the city I live in, they don't have too many upstanding citizens. They don't have too many outstanding guys. You can go find somebody across the world or not here anymore to be your mentor if you want. And then the last part of that question, the third chapter, I would say, out of all of them, I would say the one that's called Show Discipline. Because in fitness, in school, and in your personal development, your personal relationships, discipline is ultra important. So whether you're a hip-hop artist, or you're a dancer, R&B singer, whatever, I speak on the importance of having a high level of self-discipline. You know, I always highlight Kobe Bryant, Floyd Mayweather, Beyonce, these kind of people. They're known for having sickening work ethic. Beyonce would dance 18 hours straight, I've heard. She would skip meals and all that. And that's why she get paid what she get paid for a concert. And the other ones that don't, they don't. So that's why showing discipline was a very important chapter for me.
So, what do you want the reader to ultimately gain from reading What's Your Kick?
Ultimately, I want the person to be able to close that last part of the book and put it down and have a definite aim. Like, you know what? In the next 5 minutes, I know what my passion is. I can go directly to a website, or I can go directly to a phone call, or I can drive somewhere and find a person within that lane to help me accelerate my process and get on this track of my passion. Whatever that is for the person, the reader, right? You want to be a chef, you want to go to school, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a ball player, you want to be a rapper. It's vast, whatever you want to be. But I want the person to leave with a sense of a definite knowing what that is. And for so many people that walk around like, I say the word like zombies every day. You clock in, you clock out, you watch the Saints on Sunday, barbecue, back to work on Monday, talk about the Saints last night. On Friday, go to the hole in the wall, spend a little change, holler at a little shorty, get up, Netflix chill, back to work. Like you just on this perpetual cycle. I want the reader to leave like I'm breaking that paradigm. I'm doing something different. I am branching off. And this is how I will exist from now on, once you know what that is.
So, the book, What's Your Kick, obviously, it's an interactive read. Let's speak more about the interactive part of the book.
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question. Phenomenal questions, my brother. At the end of every chapter, I strategically place questions in the book. This is a self-help book, but it's also a working workbook. Don't just read my book and put it down like, yeah, Sean said something real fly, real cool. I want you to take a pen and some paper and really answer these questions to yourself. This is intro work. There's no wrong answers. You shouldn't be embarrassed. Get your pen and paper, and if you want, please mark up this book. I want you to write all over this, highlight this, dog ear. If you want a pristine copy, get more than one, right? But please do the actual work. The jewels and the nuggets, not what I'm saying. The jewels come out of yourself as you're doing the actual questions in the book. And in chapter 11 is a call to action. Like I've been transparent with you in my life stories in this book. There are life things in here. I've been transparent. I gave my principles. I gave my jewels. Now what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with it?